Hi everyone, welcome to Bat Thrift Crazy. I'm Joanne, and welcome to another Thrift Finds, Fixes, and Flips. I have 4 projects to share with you today, all of which I think are pretty fun and rather easy. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with project number 1. For project number 1, I picked up this kind of bird nest at an estate sale, and what I want to do with it is add some Spanish moss along the bottom of it and up one of the sides a little bit to make it more of a home for the birds. To the left, you can see some faux birds that I picked up while thrifting up in Pennsylvania with my sister. And using my glue gun, I'm going to attach some of that Spanish moss along the outside of this nest. Now that I'm happy with the amount of Spanish moss that I have, I just want to trim off some of the kind of wild moss that's going crazy around here, just to clean it up and make it look a little bit more tidy. Next, I'm going to add 2 of the birds. First, I have to clip off some wires off of the bottom. And remove a clip.
Take that out. And he has a prettier tail, so I will put him.
This one I'm going to place on the outside and top of the bird nest. Adding a good amount of hot glue. I'm going to place this little bird where I want him. Next, I'll do the same thing to the bird that's going to go inside of the nest, clipping off those wires and removing the clip. I'm going to place him right there. Again, adding a good amount of hot glue to him. And placing him on top of the Spanish moss. So there we have the birds placed. Now you can hang this nest from the back, as you can see, but I want to hang it from, say, a branch in a tree. I was hoping that I could place some twine straight through a hole, perhaps, in the nest. And I was looking, as you can see here, I was trying to find an area where I could put the twine. That wasn't going to work. So what I ended up doing was cutting a piece of twine, finding the middle of that, and tying it around the top part of the nest here. Once I had that secured, I cut a second piece of twine, found the middle, And then I'm going to tie this piece of twine exactly opposite, oops, opposite Joanne, exactly opposite the first piece of twine. Make sure that it's secure. And then that should entail that this is going to be able to hang nice and level. And it does. Now I just have to find, there we go, the even place, equal length, I should say, of twine here, and tie a knot. There, I think that finally has it. And the supervisor has come in to make sure that everything is okay. And going to even up those ends there. And there we have it finished. For this next project, I'm going to be working on these 4 ceramic coasters that I picked up and some mushroom transfers from IOD. First, I want to clean off the surface of all 4 of the ceramic coasters with some rubbing alcohol. Now, I've never done IOD or any transfers on such a slick surface before, so I don't know how this is going to come out, but we're going to give it a try and find out. So I wanted to clean that surface off first to get rid of any kind of oils or dirt or debris that might have been on them. This transfer right here, you can see that I had to cut down because I already knew that it was not going to fit within the circle of the coaster. This one is just going to fit, and these other 2 kind of smaller ones are going to fit perfectly. Now, this is not the proper tool, and it's not the tool that comes with the IOD transfers, but unfortunately I can't find the tool that comes with the IOD transfers in the package, so I'm going to use this one, and hopefully this is going to work. So let me get a paper towel. I'll start with this one. I just want to dry off any of the remaining alcohol. And these transfers are very, very easy to use if you've never used them before. They come with this paper backing on them, and you simply just peel off the paper backing, and then the transfer itself is on this clear kind of, I believe it's called vellum. Now I'm going to turn this around so that I can see it better myself. And you want to be kind of pretty sure in your placement of the transfer before you actually put it onto the surface. So let me eyeball this and get it down where I want it to go. I'm going to cut some of this off to help me. There we go. Better place that. Okay. Now you take your proper stick, but we'll see if this one works. And then you just rub. And you lift the clear paper and your transfer should come off. Yep, as it is here. And you rub and lift and rub and lift, making sure that your entire transfer adheres to your surface. Then you want to take that vellum, and this is called burnishing, and just go over it, your transfer, and that just kind of makes sure that it stays in place. And then I will, at the end of this, but outside, I will take a clear sealant and go ahead and take this outside, but that I won't do until tomorrow, so that part I will not film, but I will take a clear sealant, take this outside and spray this down, because these are going to be coasters and there's a good chance that they're going to get wet. So that's it. I'm going to go ahead and do the others and just speed it up. Okay, so there we go. See that one? You can't even tell that I had to cut that and make that kind of fit the space. There's that one finished. Here and there. So there are my 4 mushroom coasters. Whoops. All finished. Next project, you might remember this little cup and saucer that I got at the bins. Now I want to put some succulents inside of this. First, I'm going to clean the saucer off a little bit. And I found what I think are going to be the perfect succulents. Now this one looks a little kind of wild hairy. There's wild hairs. And then these are going to be some hair that is just going to kind of fall out all over the place. Now first I want to put some styrofoam inside of this cup. So I'm going to measure about the depth of the cup, cut that, and then we're going to cut that off because that was way too much. Go. And now I don't even think we need hot glue because that's pretty good. That is in there. And I think I'm going to start, instead of with the middle kind of crazy hair, I'm going to start with the hair that's going to be falling all over. And cutting that. I am going to need some hot glue for that, I believe. So let's cut off a few pieces. Of that. And I'm just going to place it randomly
little hot glue inside of the, let's get this started. The back gets longer, as you can see. Now I'm going to take the middle part and cut this off. And then next, finish it off. Just some reindeer moss in the areas where you can see the foam. Cover that foam up. And I will be using some hot glue to keep that down. Now I want to hot glue him down there so he doesn't get lost. Clean off some of the strings from the hot glue. And there he is. He's finished. For my next project, I am going to be making a hat stand for a vintage hat. And I'm going to be using this styrofoam head that I picked up for $3 and this paper towel holder that I thrifted for $1. Now you can see that I have already cut off the top part of the paper towel holder because it was just a bit too long. And I was very lucky that the styrofoam head has a nice opening that goes all the way through the head that this paper towel holder is going to be able to go right into. Now, I had originally thought about painting the paper towel holder, but I want to distress it instead. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now and just rough this. I hope this works. This is an old sanding block that I have here, but I just want to distress this up a little bit because I think with the distressing that is already on this paper towel holder, that's going to have the best look. So with just a little bit of sanding, we're going to get some of this white paint off of here. And that's going to be more what I'm going for. So that's enough, I think. I can set this aside. When I picked up these, I also thrifted. Can't remember how much I paid for them. I've had them for quite some time. It's a package of Pioneer Woman 2-ply napkins. I vacillated between these and a vintage pattern that I picked up, but I decided in the end that the floral design is more of what I want to do. Initially had a hard time trying to get the 2-ply to separate, but what I found is that if you give it a little bit of a tear, the 2-ply separates a lot easier. Nice napkins because they have a recipe on one side and then the floral design on the other. But I'm going to go ahead and separate this because it's the floral design that I'm after. And then what I'm going to do is tear these into small pieces. Smaller, more workable pieces. I've got my Mod Podge already here, and I want to do the bottom as well. So I'm going to put on a nice layer of Mod Podge. And then start laying my pieces. And I do want to go up inside of that hole a little bit. So let me go ahead and finish putting the napkins all over here, and then when I'm finished with that, I will be back. Just wanted to give you a little update on something different that I decided to do. I ended up putting the head on the paper towel holder because it is stabilizing the head for me, making it easier to put the napkin on. And then to make things a little bit cleaner also, what I'm doing is putting one layer of Mod Podge on, and then putting on a piece of napkin, and then putting the second layer of Mod Podge on top of that. rather than using my fingers to stabilize it. And it's quicker that way as well. So just a little bit of update. So let me get back to finishing off the head. So this is the finished project. I have covered the entire styrofoam head with the paper napkins and put a final coat of Mod Podge over it all. And I do like the way that it has turned out. I am going to leave some areas without any florals on it. I don't want to cover the entire thing because I just like that look. So that is the completion of the 4 projects for today. So what did you think? I loved the way all 4 of the projects turned out. And as I said, I think they were pretty easy and I enjoyed each and every one of them. Let me know in the comment section down below which one was your favorite. Now that mannequin head, the styrofoam head, which was the last one, I do have a variation of that, which I am going to be doing in an upcoming thrift flip. So stay tuned for that one. It's going to involve, of all things, a lampshade. So see how I'm going to transform this lampshade into another form that you can use to display hats, vintage hats on it. That is coming up, so stay tuned. I want to thank you all for watching, and as always, please everyone, take very good care of yourselves. Bye for now.